Hello everyone, VegasVic1965, and welcome everyone to 1.16. This is a 1.16 tutorial on the zombie villager conversion. It also is going to go over the different discounts that you're going to receive, and usually you're going to want to do that about twice. And there's a couple other important things in here that I'm going to go over throughout the video to help you make sure that it's as easy as possible for you. As well as this tutorial is a no redstone tutorial. It's very simple. Anybody should be able to do this. So if you're looking for something that is a lot less complicated in your zombie villager conversion, this is for you. There's a lot of great ones out there, but this is a very, very simple one. It doesn't require any redstone at all. So without further ado, let's find out. Welcome back everyone, VegasVic1965, and I guess the first thing I want to go over with is what I'm using here is a pod, or like a little place for my villagers. It's a two-story place that holds 24. The footprint of this is an 11 by 19 footprint. And it houses, like I said, 24, and mainly because one of the servers I play on limits the amount of villagers you can have. Of course, too many villagers, if you aren't aware, will kind of hinder the TPS of the server, especially if you have a lot of people doing it. So this one particular server I play on limits the number of villagers you can have in an area, not necessarily a chunk, but this one here holds 24, works perfectly. So let's go in and take a look and see what our villagers have to offer currently. Normal trades. I love the carrot and potato because I like to manually farm. I used to do redstone farms, but now I manually farm, and by using a fortune pick, you can get a lot more potatoes and carrots. So we have normal trades here, and we're going to fix that very shortly. We have our blacksmith, and we know we love our diamond armor. We don't have to go mining to get diamonds to get our diamond armor to get started out, but that's quite expensive. We're going to have to fix that as well. Weaponsmith offers an axe or a diamond sword. Too expensive, we're going to fix that. Here's our toolsmith. Got our pick, our axe, and our shovel. Too pricey, we're going to fix that as well. Then you have what librarians. Now this librarian has loyalty 3 for 16, as you can see, because I leveled him. He's knocked it down to 14. That's standard practice for a few days, and then of course his prices will go back to normal. But we're going to fix that to where it's probably down to 1. This one here has efficiency 5. Actually, we got lucky and he got efficiency 5 down here as well for a cheaper price. But we're going to get better prices on these. So let's get ourselves set into survival and get this started. First thing we're going to need, of course, is a zombie. Now, if you're out in the wild, usually what I will do is I'll open up this fence gate. I have a couple of them. I'll do 2 at a time. And the reason I do 2 at a time, I'll hop back in there and show you. Because you can stand right here and toss one of these potions right in this corner right here, and you'll hit both of them. I've broken these off into different areas, different sections, because I'll do 2 at a time. But normally, what you would do is wander out into the wilderness, have one of these zombies follow you. I'm going to use a command block because I can. So we'll bring a zombie in here. He's going to see me. Very simple. Use the fence gate here. He's going to want to follow me in. Make sure you use these carpets. They're going to be your best friend. Come right over here. We'll shut the fence gate. Now he's currently fixated on me, but I'm going to take care of that, and he'll be fixated on these two in just a moment. So we'll come around here. Now he'll lose interest in me, and you'll see he'll start to attack these guys. So we'll speed this along. Okay, now if you notice, he picked back up on me again, so just dodge behind the wall. Now, one thing I definitely want to mention before you do this, if you're playing on easy mode, then there's a 0% chance that this is going to work. If you're playing on normal mode, there's a 50% chance that these guys are going to die. So on easy, they'll die. The zombies will kill them. On normal, you have a 50-50 shot. So this really only works 100% of the time on hard difficulty, and you can see that just a moment. Hard difficulty. So make sure if you're doing this on hard difficulty, this will work. Now from here, what we can do is I'm going to cure these guys. Now You would think, okay, I need to go back out there, block him off so the zombie doesn't get to him. Well, that's not the case, because what we're going to try and do is cure these guys, and right away we want that zombie to hit him up again. And he's picked up on me again because he can see me. So we'll take a splash potion of weakness, toss it in there. It's going to hit all three of us, these two zombie villagers and me. Now we're going to feed him a golden apple. And now it's a waiting game. And we'll speed that right along. Now, if you notice, if you pop up in there, he will get his line of sight on you and forget about the villager many of the times. So be careful. And one other important thing I want to mention here is you need to have a roof over this, because if you could do this during the daytime, but then your zombie will burn up, name tag or not. In this case, I've not even named the zombie out there. I'm just using one out in the wild, as I said earlier. So as you can see here, I have a roof built over top, so the zombie doesn't get burned up while I'm doing this during the daytime. Let's go take a look, because we have now converted these guys twice, and as you saw, I went back in, I replaced the blocks that were taken out. So let's see what he has to offer. Look, after two zombie conversions, we now have the diamond armor down to 1 each, and that'll be that way forever. Taking a look over here at the farmer, most of the trades have dropped dramatically, as you can see. This would take a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 more conversions possibly, but I mean, look at the golden carrots, 1 each. That's great, and you're saving a lot on as far as melons, pumpkins, carrots, and potatoes. The other two still have another conversion to go through, and we're going to do that now. Okay, let's take a look at our blacksmiths and see what they've got. Yep, as we mentioned earlier, the diamond armor, we saw that. Now our axe and our sword are down to 1. Excellent, so is the other trades. Let's take a look and see what he has, also down to 1, and it is permanent. Now one thing I want to mention, that if you're doing this in a community style like I do on the server that I play on, that limits the number of villagers we can have, these discounted prices are not going to be available to them. So if you're doing this and inviting people to make use of your converted zombie villagers, then they will not get the discounts. The only discounts will be for you and you only. It really is helpful though if you plan on providing your community with diamond armor and those things that they're going to need, including the enchants at great prices. Buying them for 1 emerald and setting them up, you're in great shape. It's 1. We have 1 left. Now that we're doing that, let's go take a look and see how this is done. It's very simple. This spot right here, as we take these out, if we remove these, the zombie can come through and enter this area and go ahead and convert the villager into a zombie villager, but he cannot get past this because of the trapdoor, a simple trapdoor. And for the villager, he can't get through that gap because of his height and because of that trapdoor. So the zombie can do the conversion, but the villager cannot get out. So they can never cross paths. Now, if you have a baby zombie villager, he can get in here. But it's still not a problem at all, because when you're done with him, you can easily draw him right back out by becoming the zombie's focal point by being out here in the area. Okay, now our librarians are finished. Let's take a look and see what they have after 2 conversions. Now our loyalty 3 that used to be 16 is down to 1. Our name tag is down to 7. Now that may go up to 8 or even 9 after a couple of days. That is not uncommon. And our efficiency 5 that used to be, I think it's 50, is now down to 1. And same with the other one that was 34 is also down to 1. And again, the name tag may go up after a day or 2. Now remember, those are permanent, but again, they are only for you. And again, it's a trapdoor. Any trapdoor will do, just to bring the height up. Because although you can get through, the zombie, because of his height, and the villager, because of his height, they cannot cross. It is that simple. The last thing I want to mention, it's extremely important. If you plan on keeping that zombie around to use at a later time, let's say you name tagged him, for instance, do not leave him within 16 blocks of these villagers. Even though they cannot see out through there, the zombie being in the area may prevent them from resetting their trays. And if you notice here, they've got a little bit of room to move around, and they have plenty of safety. But if that zombie is within that 16 block range, and I believe it is 16, that once you trade with them, and say for example you take all the diamond armor from this armor smith and you trade him out and he locks out the next day and he doesn't reset, and you're wondering why, that is more than likely the reason that your zombie is still around and it's not far enough away. Once you have moved that zombie, if you plan on keeping him to at least about 16 blocks away, he will reset between the hours of 2,000 ticks and 9,000 ticks, or if you have a clock, that's 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon on a Minecraft day. And they'll do that twice. I hope you enjoyed this quick version of the zombie conversion for 1.16. And again, there are a lot of different conversion types out there. Most of those involve redstone. This is a relatively simple one. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just trying to find something that would be easier for some of our folks that may have difficulty building those big, giant redstone ones. I know that BlendsCraft, who plays on LogicalGeekBoy with me, has a zombie converter, zombie villager converter that he put and also listed up, and his zombie villager conversion can be found, and I'll put a link down in the end in the description. Also, Roderin on our server also used a zombie villager conversion unit that was designed by LogicalGeekBoy, a big one and also very nice. But again, this is just a simple one. Then you don't need to keep the zombie around if you don't want to, and you can get a new one at any time that you want. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button. If you would like to subscribe for future videos, I make videos every Wednesday, usually have them edited and out by early Thursday morning, US Pacific time. Thank you guys very much for watching. You have a great day. And until next week, we'll see you then. Goodbye.